Hi guys, I'm the Oracle. This is the Oracle Guides. I've been trying to make you guys individualized horoscope readings and then I'm not feeling it. So I just wanted to do a collective messages on here. Just trying to figure out what I want to do with the channel as far as that I want to do individuals or collectives. And I really am leaning towards collectives. So we're going to do a couple of categories. Let me move this back so we're not tapping in on that. So I am a psychic medium and a multi-dimensional trance medium, Reiki master, and integrated energy therapy master instructor. And I want to just check into the weather, the energy weather, see what the forecast is, and then bring that to your attention, knowing that nothing is set in stone and that the atmosphere does change. And just because the weatherman says it's going to be raining, it doesn't mean that you can't have a sunny day. All right, so let's jump in here and we're going to call the angels in and the most benevolent beings to be present in this space and assist us with whatever the message is here. So before I jump into anything, what I'm seeing is like a tricycle or like a unicycle, rather, the one with the one wheel. And someone's sitting on the one wheel and you're learning how to balance yourself. So this could be that you're teaching yourself a new skill, you're in an environment that you've never been in, or you're learning how to center yourself, because I could imagine that on one of these singular wheeled bicycles, you would have to have a really mindful center of gravity. So that way you don't fall forward and you don't fall back, and there's no handlebars. So there's nothing to grab onto. You're just there. Right in the middle of it. So you might be feeling like you're right in the middle of something and that you're just there with nothing to grab onto. And I feel like Spirit's showing this to show that's because you're learning how to center your gravity. You're learning how to find your balance. You're learning how to really come back into yourself without trying to grasp those things that are on the outside. You're focusing on sending it all through your own core, through your own body, through your own spine, and down into the earth, which doing successfully would mean you're going to be able to move forward and move backwards at whatever pace you feel is most comfortable, or at whatever pace you're deeming is necessary for the moment. So that's the opening that I'm getting here for some of you guys. And this could be finding yourself in a new job, in a new position, in a new state, in a new home, in a new relationship. And if this is a relationship, it's going to be because you're learning how to be centered so that you can find someone that's grounded, is what I'm getting from that. And don't let the pressure of forcing what that looks like to come through and deter you, okay? When we have a lot of pressure on us, we start trying to act in haste because we think that the pressure is forcing us into a state of urgency. And there's two different types of urgency. There's an urgency of time, and then there's an urgency of supply. But either way, if there's an urgency of time and or supply, there's a difference between acting from a space of faith, that this is my kairos being divine timing, and from a scarcity mindset. I really want to pull a card. This came up in reverse. Well, not in reverse, but second too. I tried to pull one. They are in reverse, but that doesn't count in this deck. We have Master Buddha, deep connection, trust your inner voice, increased awareness. Increased awareness. You're going to get this increased awareness when you're more centered, when you're more calm. If you start to let that pressure build up around you and only act on that pressure, you're going to start to act hastily. You're going to start to act with too much risk, okay? There's always going to be risk in everything. And using your discernment, you have the capacity to know if this risk is worth taking. But you don't want to act without thinking. You don't want to be irrational, okay? You want to be able to see the things for what they are and then be able to move through them. And as I'm saying that, is that I'm getting the pressure all over my head. This is why I know it's a pressure. And because of the placement that I'm feeling this pressure, this is a pressure of distrust. Having trusted in my own experience and then having been hurt by that experience previously. Having been, maybe you thought something was going to come through because you thought this was your intuition you were listening to, and then it fell through. Okay. So having been hurt by that experience previously will make you feel like, okay, I can't trust myself. So if this is something that's happening, I need to hurry up. Now, with things in divine timing, and the kairos being the Greek word for the opportune moment, not definitively, but that's what that means. It's a space of manifesting, okay? If that person on that single bicycle wheel, that mono bike, tries to go too far ahead, they're going to lose their balance and fall. So wherever the trajectory they were going, they're not going to make it. Maybe they break a bone. Okay. We have Isis, which is really funny because this morning I took my Ankh off and I placed it in front of my fireplace. Oh yeah, you can kind of see the fireplace in the mirror right there. And I was looking through the loophole of it and looking at the fire because I'm using the frame technique and the Ankh to do a meditation. And Isis comes up, and look, you can see her Ankh exactly where I'm wearing mine, actually. There you go. Magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. Stay focused. You have to be focused on this unicycle, monocycle, okay? You have to be mindful of where your hip bones are sitting, of where your spine is aligning, of where your energy is going. If you're looking all around, you're going to get dizzy and you're going to fall. So it's really important right now to have your dreams be clear. And we get clarity from focusing on them. We get clarity from being present with them, from dating them, from making them magical, okay? Making our lives beautiful and a life that you want to live in all things. Last night, I turned on like 15 candles in here in the tiny house. And I made myself a nice dinner. And my whole staircase is aligned with candles. And I don't bring anybody here. It's just me. Okay, it's a tiny house. I don't know if the people could fit in here. Who knows? But Cooper fits in here, right, Coops? But and then I had my dinner at my dining room table right there. So with my candle, and it was very magical and romantic for myself. And then yesterday, a airplane with a heart on it fell out of the sky. It was like a wooden one, and it had a phone number and a name behind it. And I posted about it, and it obviously looked like it was from like 1940. So there was no way that number even existed anymore, probably. But the idea of it was very romantic. I live on an actual island, and I'm pretty much isolated. So there's a plane that falls out of the sky with the phone number, and had a carved heart on the side of it. So even though I know it was like maybe just like a trinket that must have been sitting in a tree somewhere, the whimsy of it, and the magic of it definitely took over. So sometimes it's important to see things that way and create that for yourself. Okay, let's see. What else do we need to know right now for the collective? See, I'm enjoying this way more than the non-channeled, mostly intuitive information from the zodiacs. And we got 2 cards again. I was trying to grab one. Great teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. I was just reflecting on this earlier. How the importance is to be open enough where you can accept people for where their faith is and what direction of their spirituality they are in, whether it be agnostic or in a sector, right? Or in a very specific sector. And I feel like when we do that, we allow our heart to expand and grow, and we can be fully present with people's experiences and their stories of what they're trying to convey, instead of the nuances of the how. Okay, of the how. The moment you get caught up in someone's "I can't believe that happened" or anything like that, you're taking away from learning about them in their depth. I'm not talking about lies. I'm talking about how people perceive their inner world, how they perceive their spiritual path. Okay, so, and when we're opening ourselves to that, that's when we're really coming from an egoless place where we're just accepting. We just accept. It doesn't matter what it is, good or bad. And people feel the most of themselves when they feel seen. Speaking of seen, trust your talents in changing times, Spirit Fox. We just talked about the pressure that I was having. Trust your talents in changing times. Sometimes we don't realize that our talents are resources. Your speaking, your dancing, your art, your painting, your ability to sleuth, notice details, big picture. There's so many things that we have that are our resources that we don't tap into enough. And we can use those resources to propel us into a dynamic future of our envisioning, of our imagining. Right now in front of me, I have my vision board. I can't flip the camera because it won't let me. But I have my vision board, and I have my check from the universe, from YouTube, because I want to break through on YouTube. And it has these little crude drawings all over it. And one of them is the tiny house that's drawn on there. And it's actually the color of this tiny house on the outside. And it has solar panels, just like this tiny house has solar panels. And so I feel like when you have something very clear, and you can adjust it. I can adjust if I want to add to this vision board that I have, okay? And if you're like, oh, Oracle, I don't know how to draw to make that a reality for myself, use AI. Type it into AI what that looks like and make a future photo of your life, okay? The most important thing here is to get into your heart space. You can try Ho'oponopono, meditating on green, wearing or using chakras for the heart. Oh, so much energy is coming in. It's so beautiful. Sitting with yourself, sitting in nature, appreciating, just saying thank you to things, just showing gratitude for things. And if you can't get to gratitude because it's such a deep place within us, just having appreciation. Wake up in the morning, look at the light, thank you, sun. If you have an animal next to you, thank you, animal. If you have a partner, thank you, partner. If you have none of those things and you're working overnight and there is none of those things, thank you, moon. Maybe you just spray a little essential oil in your room. Oh, love that smell. Thank you, scent. Creators of whoever came up with this scent. So it feels like if we tap into our heart, we're going to be moving forward. There's some spiritual lessons that we're still learning right now. But our increased awareness is going to really show us and give us the ability to trust more in our path so that we can align ourselves with that unicycle energy and really ground ourselves and get to where we're going. So this is nice. I like it. There's some movement here. It sounds like it should be fun. I mean, you could go forward and on a regular bike, but we're choosing here the unicycle. Maybe it's because it's unfamiliar, but doesn't that make it fun? Once you overcome a challenge, it always gives you that feeling of like, yeah, I overcame that. That's great. It's amazing. So that's what I have for you guys. I hope this helps. If you appreciate this style of reading, let me know in the comment section below. I know I enjoy it. I'm probably going to make one more. And I'll see you in the next one. Make sure you like and subscribe. That will give me momentum and some wind in my sails to keep making this for you all. I appreciate you. Have a great day. Ciao.